Sometimes in life you just need to take a moment to enjoy fantastic sunset. I'm going to talk about moving to Spain. A lot of people that's new to the channel maybe don't know how it actually happened with us. Take you back to 2020 during COVID. As I walked down here and sitting watching a place in the sun, sitting in a park in our native town of Kirkcaldy and Fife, when there was no one else there but black crows and silence and conversations between KJ and myself about life and about what we wanted out of life. And do you know what? COVID really hit home for a lot of people in the lockdown, and the fact that you've only got one chance at this life. I've been really happy when you get that chance. It's just to take it, just go for it. So this is for anyone who is thinking about moving to Spain, anyone who at an age range where they're thinking about, can you do it? You're at an age range of where can you still work abroad? Can you still live the dream? Can you make money doing what you're doing and live in Spain? Or can you start a new business in Spain? And the answer to those and all those questions is yes. And my advice to anyone is don't go into Facebook groups and ask people, because the negativity that you get from social media is, and this all happened, we're talking about it today, and this all happened from a vision board. I am a believer, and I'm watching two guys on these parachute things with the little engines behind them, paragliders things coming over the sea. I don't know if we'll see them. I'll try and zoom in on the other camera. I'm only going to take this in one take. I'm not going to edit it. I'll see if I can zoom in on this camera whilst I'm actually recording this. But anyway, if you're thinking about moving to Spain, we had a vision board. And we've put everything that we wanted on the vision board in our life. Do you know, financial stability, house looking over the sea, the type of lifestyle that we wanted to have. Do you know, the everything down to the food. We had images of fresh fish, steaks. We had images of the lifestyle. And we put that on the vision board because we knew that ultimately, I thought I was going to be able to get down here, but it's a bit rocky. We knew ultimately that that was the lifestyle that you wanted. And if you can imagine it, and if you can see yourself living that lifestyle, there's nothing stopping you. Do you know, never mind all the objections that you have in your minds, because a lot of the objections, back in 2020, a lot of people in our family didn't believe that we were going to stick around for 5 years here in Spain. And when it got to I can remember when it got to the year mark, and there were people within our lives messaged and said, "You're not coming back, are you?" And it was a case of, no, we're not coming back. Do you know, we didn't do this it's not like we were in our 20s and yeah, let's go and work in Spain for a summer, a couple of years. Do you know, this was a lifestyle choice. And it hits home, and the reason that I'm talking about this is there's a lot of people who are maybe coming up for retirement and thinking that they've missed the boat with property prices. They should have done it quicker. Everyone has their own reasons for holding them back. And my advice to anybody would be, you've only got one chance in this life. And it is a short life when you think about it. I mean, 70, 80 years isn't a long time. See that house that you're sitting in? See the car that you're driving? One day that car will be obsolete and nobody will want it. One day you'll not get any money for it. The house that you're living in will one day be someone else's. You're only, when it comes to property, you're only the current incumbent of that property. You're only the current tenant. You may own the property, yes, but you're only the current tenant. And I think about that because I've worked in a lot of properties in Edinburgh over the years that were 200-year-old, to know over 150-year-old, and they had a story behind them. Every property had a story. And you think that your house is your house and you think it's the best thing ever, and you think about increasing property value. Who sees the increase in property value? You don't see it. Do you know, when you die, your kids might get the money and they're going to spend it. They're not going to live in the house. Do you know, it's changed the way that you think, because at the end of the day, as I sit and watch these guys down here, fishermen, man and a woman, fishing. There's another guy over there fishing. There's guys over there fishing. There's people still on the beach. You know, life isn't all about how much you've got. Because at the end of the day, when we all die, you're either put in the ground or you're burned in a crematorium. And then that's it. It's a stark reality, isn't it? People used to say to us, the one thing that will take you back is grandchildren. And oh my God, that was when my daughters gave birth. And I do feel as if I'm missing out. And yes, but with modern technology, you can be at the fingertip of family, video calls. And I think that everyone just needs to think about what they want in life. So, whilst it's good us showing you videos of nice things, and there's a lot of people that do watch the channel that maybe have holiday homes and they want to move to a different area, and anybody that, you know, follows the channel just because we're in a certain area, we've spent 5 years looking for our paradise, and everyone's paradise is different. Everyone's little piece of happiness is completely different. Do you know what you may think is your dream isn't everyone's. And I think we've always been mindful that what our dream was, the different places that we've stayed. Do you know, we did it, we always had to try things to find out if it was for us. But anyway, I digress. As I sit here on an absolutely fantastic sunset, I'm a bit further around the coast, so I won't see the sun going into the sort of sea, but it's interesting watching these people. Not a care in the world. And that's the reality of the situations. You know, people going about stress. And and if you think about your life, and you think about what really stresses you out, and what is the deep down, what gives you the stress, and 9 times out of 10 I would say that it comes down to finance and money. It's a crazy world we live in, isn't it? And maybe we are lucky that, you know, in our 40s we decided, you know, let's just, and it's not for everyone, I can admit that, you know, it was a big risk. It's a massive risk that worked. And I'd rather get to the end of my life, and when you're lying there and you know what's coming, and you know the end's coming, and you're maybe going to be happy because you're suffering at that point. But then you look back and you go, what a damn ride that was, wasn't it? Or would you rather be lying there going, I wish I'd done this, I wish. Don't think anyone should be doing that. Not at all. What I wish for everyone that watches this video is that you find your inner happiness. You've got to be happy with yourself. We were happy with ourselves when we made the decision to change our lives completely. And I think we both agree that we're at the happiest place that we could be at that time. But we wanted to elevate that. And I want everyone that watches this video to find that happiness, to find their little happy place. Because life is too short. It's far too short. And people say, oh, you know, you're lucky, you're working remotely and all this. But that was done by design. Do you know, I knew the lifestyle of working in Spain. I knew the lifestyle of working within the tourist industry. Do you know, my dad done it in Tenerife for so many years. And I always said when we moved here that I didn't want to work in the tourist industry. I wanted nothing to do with the touristy side. I wanted to bring the floor business over. Do you know, we did that and it was great. But it wasn't what I really wanted to do. Karen was being able to get the job that she's got. You know, if you do want it, you'll get it. There's a book by Noel Edmonds, and you're going to say, bloody Noel Edmonds? There's a book by Noel Edmonds, and I think it's called Cosmic Ordering. And he wrote that after, or is it just before? Did he not do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Or it was one of the programs. And he wrote this book. And it was a time after the whole Mr. Blobby stuff, and he was out of work. And he got into cosmic ordering. This is a way off track at all. Stuff that you never get on this channel. But he wrote this book. And I can remember reading it years and years. I mean, you must be talking at least 15 years ago now. And he spoke about the time that he needed a sofa. And this is in the book. Spoke about when he needed a sofa. His missus wanted to get a new sofa. And he was like, money for a sofa. Right, okay. But then he was sitting in his back garden. And his wife really wanted this one type of sofa from this certain shop. And purely by chance, now you see these balloons that go up, helium balloons that get lit off for birthdays and stuff. Well, there was a furniture shop did a competition, and they put out helium balloon with a voucher on it for a brand new sofa. And you'll never believe it. The damn thing only landed in his garden. And he's thinking, what is the chances? What is the chances of that balloon landing in my garden? And it gets lit off and goes away up into the air. Over there. And what was the chances? And he was like, that happened for a reason. It happened because they put it out there to the cosmos that they wanted it in their life. They needed it in their life. They didn't need it, but they wanted it. They put it out there. And you need to go and read the book, because the book's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. And it is all about putting out and receiving. And I think that's what I'm a believer of. Way off scripts, but who knows? It's the way the channel goes. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave you at this point with the little bit of sunset and all the people. There's one guy on the rocks fishing, two down there. couple of folks still on the beach and a guy over there. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day wherever you are. Shouldn't really say. Hasta luego. Mm-hmm.